it's always a team sport. So quite often I could be a superstar, but if I'm not being a contributing part and seen as a contributing part of the team, I'm going to fail. Okay. So when we talk about being a team player, there's no magic to this. There's a book called 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. If you focus on dysfunction, you get more dysfunction. Let's focus on what's functional. So if you want to be an effective player in the team, you got to build trust. You have to become trustworthy. You've got to start having the courage to have those tough conversations. Because think of it being a team player is if we're friends, sometimes my job is to tell you the honest truth, even if that might be uncomfortable. So that ability to have these crucial conversations is part of how I build and contribute to the team. Commitment. So people have to see that I'm committed to what we need to accomplish. And accountability. The team will succeed if everyone on the team helps each other. And accountability is not blameability. In a lot of organizations, that's when teams break down. Accountability is, think of it as a coach. If one of your players is struggling, you don't blame them for stuff. Accountability is about, how can I help you? What do you need? Are you performing? Well, if you're not, then how can I help you? And if you are performing, then let's celebrate it. So that accountability is really key to us doing this. And then the last is team results. What we want to do is, it's how we're performing as a team that counts. If I'm the top scorer and we haven't won a game this season as a team, nobody. Okay. Perform and improve checklist. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about, am I performing? So first you need to master your current role and get yourself seen as an A player. Live the values. People like to work with me. Deliver on my commitments, and I perform. Okay. Track and document your success. So if you want to be seen as a performer, you need to have the evidence when you go in for that performance review, or you have your 5-minute meeting with your direct supervisor. You need to be able to tell them, yes, I am performing. So have your own evidence. Measure your own performance. So if they're not measuring and doing postmortems on your projects, you'd better do a quick, write yourself a 1-page template and just have your own postmortem and say, were we on time, were we on spec, were we on budget, mistakes we made, lessons learned. Hell, if you produce that 1-page document and bring that to your performance review, your boss is going to be amazed because nobody else is doing that. Weekly communication. Just 5 minutes is all it takes. Bring the evidence of your performance and bring it to your review. So make sure that you're prepped, not just your boss is prepped when you have that chance to have that meeting. Okay? Now, the last piece of this is, if you're really performing, that's great, but now we need to take it to that next level. If I want to be promotable, what I'm looking for as a senior executive is I'm looking for you to show me that you've got leadership potential. So one of the ways you can do that is volunteering. So if there's something new and cool and different that's coming up, if I've got an opportunity to get involved and do something, take advantage of that opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Okay? Have any of you read the book Leadership Challenge? Okay, it's kind of one of the Bibles on leadership training. And really what it talks about is, first off, everyone in the organization is a leader. Leadership is not about a title or a position. Leadership is about how you act and behave. And the 5 simple principles, and I'm not going to go into it because you can just read it and you just saved yourself a book because everything is pretty much summarized there. 5 behaviors are key to leadership. Model the way, be a role model. Inspire shared vision. So somebody's got to be looking forward and seeing what the potential is here for us, for me, for us, for the organization, and sharing that story and how they see that. Challenging the process. Got to be a better way to do this. That was one of my big frustrations as an engineer. Is I was one of those troublemakers. As a consultant, it's great because I can come in and say, "Isn't there a better way to do this?" As an employee, a lot of times it was, "No, just do it the way we always do it." But challenging the process is a behavior that you see with people that have leadership potential. Enabling others to act. So it's not about me, it's about, am I helping the team? Am I empowering others? And lastly, encouraging the heart. And what encouraging the heart means is making other people feel like they're part of the team. Recognizing and valuing other people's contributions. Making them feel like they have a role and they're valued in the organization. Just being the one who stands up and gives someone kudos for accomplishing something or doing something. Those are the things that really represent those people when I look around and say, there's this weird, who do you think has leadership potential here within the team? Well, that's the kind of behaviors that I'm looking for when I'm determining who I think has leadership potential. Okay. And communicate your brand and goals. So there's a checklist, social media. So how you're perceived internally and externally, social media is huge now. So for a lot of us in the older demographic, this is being used, and it's being used a lot now. Okay. Social check-ins with your network, so making sure you're keeping in touch with people.